In today's video, I want to talk about artist insecurities, the feeling of insecurity you get when you look at your own art and other people's art. I will share with you how I deal with insecurities, and you can share with me and others in the comment section how you deal with yours. I've been sketching since 2009, and sometimes when I look at my recent sketches, I can see that they are not good enough. If you have no idea what I'm drawing here, well, I don't have any idea what I'm drawing here as well. I like the composition of this building. However, I got the perspective off, and due to that, the sketch is very messy and it lacks clarity. With this sketch, the composition wasn't that great, and my color mixing not that great either. So these two sketches are sketches that I'm not very satisfied with. I know that I can draw better because I have drawn very detailed sketches that I'm very pleased with. However, sometimes I still make very bad sketches such as this. I will give myself excuses for those less than ideal sketches, such as the weather was bad, it was going to rain, or it was too hot. I did not have time because I have to draw and make my YouTube videos at the same time. I wasn't able to find any good place to put my chair because the sun was directly on top. All those are legitimate excuses. I will look at the bad sketches and think about what went wrong, and hopefully I can prevent myself from making the same mistakes again. But I'm not going to beat myself up or go into this endless loop of self-criticism. When I make mistakes with my sketches, sometimes I like to compare the art making process with, for example, playing basketball or playing a musical instrument. For example, if you are a beginner basketball player, you can be shooting hoops, and chances are most of the time the ball is not going to go into the hoop. But you're not going to feel dejected because you want to improve, you want to get the ball in, so you're going to practice. You're going to improve your technique and your skills so that the ball can go into the hoop more often. And even for professional basketball players, sometimes the ball just won't go in. For me, I don't want to spend that much time and effort to look at all those misses, all those mistakes. I want to spend the time on practicing, on improving the skill, on looking for more ideas on what to draw, rather than think about all those mistakes. I will think about the mistakes and the misses only in the context of how I can avoid making the same mistake again. And making art is also quite similar to playing a musical instrument. For example, if you want to learn a new song, chances are you're going to play the wrong notes for a very long time before you can perfect the song. And when you make a mistake, when you play the wrong notes, you're going to stop, you're going to replay that segment again and again and again until you perfect it. There is no time to think about the mistake. When you stop, you just practice, and hopefully you improve with time. And that's very similar to making art, and that's the philosophy that I use when I make mistakes. I look at the mistake, all right, if I can fix it, great. If I cannot fix it now, I will try to avoid making that mistake the next time I sketch. But I'm not going to focus too much time and effort on thinking about why I made that mistakes and go into this endless spiral of self-criticism. So that's how I feel about my bad sketches. I do feel bad wasting the watercolor paper though. Another area where artists can feel a lot of insecurities is when you compare yourself with other artists that you see on social media. People compare all the time, and if you are comparing and you're making yourself miserable, I would say stop it, because art is so subjective that there is no fair comparison. Most of the metrics you use for comparison doesn't make any sense, and I'm going to go through those metrics one by one. And what I'm about to say is based on my experience of running a blog for more than 10 years, having 2 YouTube channels with a total number of subscribers that is close to 300,000, and having an Instagram page with some followers. The most important thing to note is the number of followers and the likes that you get for the artworks that you post is not correlated to your self-worth. Let's look at an example. This is my friend Tia, who has been teaching art and design for several decades, and she is a very accomplished artist who only has 1,200 followers on Instagram. This very detailed sketch that she took probably several hours to complete only has 48 likes. There are countless art professionals with small number of followers, and the reason why they don't have that many followers is because they are not content creators on social media. They are busy creating art for their career, and they are busy living their lives. The artworks that you see that's being shared on social media is actually just a small selection of the artworks that they create in their career. This is my Instagram page. So I have already established that the number of followers you have does not equate to your self-worth. How about the number of likes? What do you make out of those numbers? Let's take a look at some of my sketches. So this sketch, I'm actually quite pleased with this sketch. This has 800 likes. It took maybe 1.5 hours for me to complete this. This drawing or this sketch took 2 to 3 hours, and this only has 300 likes. So I spent more time with this sketch, but it only has 300 likes, less than half of this sketch. And this eel here has close to 500 likes. These 3 balloons drawn by my daughter has 800 likes. So this has 800 likes, just like this sketch has 800 likes. The amount of effort that is put into create these portraits, I'm pretty sure it's not as much as the effort that I've put in to create this sketch here. So the number of likes that you have for the artworks that you share on your social media pages is not going to correlate to the amount of effort and the time that you put in. It's not going to correlate to how satisfied or how happy you are with your artwork. There is almost no correlation at all for the number here that you see, the likes that you see, to the art that you create. I mean, sometimes the artworks, they will engage with more people. This sketch has 2,200 likes, and this was a rather simple sketch for me to draw, and I'm very satisfied with this sketch because it brings back a lot of memories when I look at this. And this is quite popular, more popular compared to the more technical sketches that I have drawn. So sometimes the number of likes that you get for the artworks that you share on social media, that number may not have any meaning at all. And sometimes when I scroll through the Instagram feed, I would just like the art that I see just because I want to remind myself that I have seen this art. I guess I can click on the bookmark to remind myself that I've seen this artwork. People can click the like button for a variety of reasons, and the reasons may not be what you think. For example, one of the reasons for clicking the like button could be because there is a button here, or because it's more challenging to stretch your thumb to the other side to tap on the bookmark button. Or you just don't want to tap on the like and the bookmark button. I'm sure you have seen artworks from people who are much younger than you and can draw much better than you. Well, stop comparing yourself with those people, because there are hundreds of millions or even billions of those people who are younger than you and can draw better than you. Comments are good. I like comments, but I'm not focused on the number of comments. I like comments because I like to read what people have to say about my sketches, and also I like to read about their experiences. The social media metric you should be concerned with is how much time it takes to scroll down to the bottom of your page. Don't be concerned with the number of followers you have, the number of likes or comments you get. Focus on the number of artworks you have created over the years, and if it takes a long time to scroll down, I'm very sure you will be satisfied with what you have created over the years, with the work that you have put in over the years. And for me, it takes a while to scroll to the bottom, and I don't even consider myself to be a sketcher or an artist who draws that often. And this brings me to my next point. The work that you see here is just a selection of the work that I choose to post on social media. I actually have a lot of other work that I'm too lazy to scan to share online. And when you upload or share your work consistently or regularly, you can create this portfolio that you are looking at right now. And this would actually give you the impression that I actually sketch a lot, I actually sketch very often, but that is actually not true at all. All the artworks that you see here were collected over a period of years. And this is the social media illusion. Just because you see a lot of artworks on this page doesn't mean that I draw that often. And just because the artworks that are shown on this page actually looks good doesn't mean that I only make good art. As shown earlier in this video, I have a lot of crappy sketches also. I'm going to end this video by saying that you should not spend too much time brooding over the number of likes or followers that you did not get with the artwork that you have spent hours creating. Instead, spend your time thinking about how you can make more art, think about ideas that you can draw. The social media metrics and the numbers that you see online, those are from the algorithm, which is programmed to get more people to go on social media and to spend more time on social media. Having a large number of likes or views is going to tell you that your art is popular, yes, but it's not going to tell you whether or not your art is technically accomplished, and it's certainly not going to tell you whether or not the artist is doing well outside of social media. There are many professional artists outside of social media that are doing really well. It's just that they don't have time to share their art on social media because they really can't be bothered about getting paid with exposure.